Morning guys, hope you're having a good Sunday. This is just a channel update, and I thought long and hard about what I'm about to say, and as you probably notice, I've actually taken down all of my fault videos. I will be doing them, putting them back up again. I'm going to try and re-edit them so then effectively you've got a fault and a remedy. If I can edit it to do that, I'll have to sort that out another day. But onto the reason of the subject today and the reasons why I've actually taken them all down. Now, bottom line is all the faults still exist on the vehicle, some of which I don't think is ever going to be resolved. And quite frankly, I'm actually getting to the stage whereby as long as the snapping noise and the graunching steering are cured, all of the other faults, like the window, hopefully they can do something with the window. The app, they're never going to do nothing about it. That's down to the parent company. But anyway, the reasons, as I say, if I can get the mechanical snapping noises fixed, I'll be happy. The rest I'll live with if I have to. It's not a problem, because I do understand the parent company. The way that they're looking at this is it's black and white. They have to see a physical fault and it's doing it on demand, like the graunching steering and the snapping noise is doing it on demand. Although rightly or wrongly, some dealers are basically saying that there's nothing wrong with it. I disagree, and I want the snapping noises and the graunching steering rectified, and I will be pursuing that to the ends of the earth. Things like the headlamps, I'll just buy new bulbs. I can live with it. The orange light that comes up, it's not doing it all the time. They can't find a fault unless it does it when it's there. Then they can get a fault code. And like I say, I get it. Parent company want to see physical, actual faults, doing it all the time. Then they'll replace it. They're probably not going to dish the money out because Nissan's probably in a lot of trouble financially, which is another story for another day. But anyway, without waffling on, the reasons why I pulled down all of those videos is primarily because the only people this is hurting is the salesmen and women within the dealerships here in the UK, and probably the world for that matter, and they're the innocents. And whilst I have had a really bad run with this car, and I stand by all the things I've had with it, this is the worst one I've ever had, ever, and it stands as the worst one, and hopefully I never get another one. Going by what I've heard in the comments and looking at other people's channels, I've got a lemon Friday car, Monday car, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't change the fact, and yes, it should have been dealt with completely different, in my opinion, by the parent company. It's not down to the dealer group or even my finance company. The parent group should have stepped in and basically took me out of this vehicle, but hey ho, that's by the by now. Like I say, main reason is primarily for those men and women. Now, I've met a lot of the salespeople within the groups where I actually live in the area where I am. I've met them in St Albans, obviously Derek Clark, as you know in the early videos. Love Derek Clark, by the way, guys. Excellent salesperson, big shout out to him, as are all the men and women that I've met, Waltham Abbey, Bishop Stortford. So bottom line is, they're the people that are going to get punished, and it's not fair on them. And like I say, I feel really bad for them, and whilst I've been really angry the way that I've actually been treated, and I'm not excusing the BS that I've actually been told by certain people within service areas within those centres regarding some of the faults, which is really naughty. I'm not going to mention any names, but they probably know who they are, and hopefully they don't do that with another customer, because basically if you do that, you're lowering yourself down to a standard that I haven't seen for 2 decades in especially main dealers. So that needs to be rectified, but I'm not mentioning any names. That's down to them within their dealer group to actually sort them issues out. But like I say, guys, the bottom line is that's the main reason I pulled all those down. And whilst I'm not going to apologise for putting them up in the first place, because like I say a minute ago, this should have been dealt with ages ago by the parent company. Enough damage has probably been done, and I'm going to try and make amends towards them people, because I say it's not fair on them. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say on this particular matter, and I say I will, if I get round to doing the time, I will I say I will do them because I've got to put them up. I'm going to have to re-edit the faults without all of the mumbo jumbo, and literally just have the issue, and I'll do a video of the noise or whatever it is, and then I'll do an overlay with me chatting about what the remedy is. So I'll condense them into one set video, so then people in years to come can see it. Now, whether or not a lot of these faults become apparent once you guys get up to higher mileages, if you're leasing the cars, this ain't applicable to you. Just gonna hand the car back. This is for people who are actually buying these cars and keeping them for long term, or if you're going to keep them for long term, that is. And so yeah, this will be, and obviously in our industry, my vlog is centered around our industry. Now, we can't lease cars currently within. I did try looking into it. Derek actually tried arranging it, but the finance company didn't want to play ball, which is by the by. We can't lease them yet. Might change in the future. But this is aimed primarily at private hire and taxi drivers, where we do a lot more miles than the average person on the street. And we keep our cars for upwards of 3 to 4 years. So these vehicles have to pay for themselves, and they have to be reliable. But like I said a little while ago, we ain't going to find that out until some of the other drivers catch up with me, or even overtake me and report back in the comments, and we can see how we progress over the coming years. Anyway guys, that's about it for this video. So I'll just want to apologise to the salesmen and women in that dealer group and or other dealers around the UK that this may have affected. I say I'm probably just an isolated case. Hopefully I am just an isolated case. And that's about it. Anyway guys, I hope you have a good Sunday, and I'll speak to you guys on the next one. Bye for now.